On the air everywhere, this is New England Broadcasting.
Welcome to the Ron Van Dam Show. Hold on tight. Things can get a bit weird, if you like that sort of thing.
Come Monday, it'll be alright.
Monday morning, you sure look fine. Rainy days, Mondays always get me down.
Whatever.
Tell me why I don't like Mondays. Tell me why I don't like Mondays.
It's just another manic Monday.
Monday, so good to me.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night. It's the Ron Van Dam Show.
Yeah. It's Monday, and that means Victoria joins us, better known as Torrance.
Ronaldo.
Yeah, have it. And we do this so that we have some feedback from another person. It makes it interesting.
Of course.
Of course.
If it's me, I don't know how interesting it's going to be with just the run-of-the-mill listener person. I don't know.
I don't know what the run-of-the-mill means. That means if you run something on the mill, it all comes out the same anyway.
Is it like a mill where they're making flour? What kind of mill?
Ooh, there are many different
General
mills.
mill?
There's a general mill where they make the cereal.
That's a mill.
I think they make clothing on mills. They make oatmeal on mills. They make...
Are there still mills?
Yes, across
Inquiring
the world.
minds wanna
Not
know.
as much here because our hydroelectric power has
They're
been
like in the
decreased.
Netherlands, right? They have the mills.
Yeah.
In
But
Germany, you've got the German
There was
mills.
a time in our history, Ty, when...
And the pilgrims were here, and we had mills.
all manufacturing was run on mills through the water, and that was very efficient.
Now we have the internet, and that's much more efficient.
Yeah, that works.
We droning things, remember?
Do you ever think of how much money one spends on internet security? Now that we have internet, it's costing me more money than if I didn't have it.
Really?
Yes,
Just use AOL.
I do.
They still have that. That's just amazing.
Let me explain something to you.
Blockbusters came and went. AOL is still here.
Let me explain something to you just one more time.
Okay.
AOL is the same as Goggle, whatever that thing is, and all
Yahoo.
the other ones. All the other ones, it's just they have progressed to the same. It's not a dial-up service. It's regular.
They're
it's
still
a regular
putting news
internet.
out there. I see they have a news page. They're
So
still
does
keeping
Yahoo.
up.
Yahoo does too.
That's what I mean. They're keeping up, right?
Yes. No, the AOL is the same as they're just free.
It just sounds weird to say, "Man, I have AOL."
I think it's stupid to say I have Yahoo. It sounds like you're some demented cowboy.
Yeah, I know. Well, I don't say that because
And Google, how
Gmail, man, just Gmail, right?
Gmail
Google,
sounds like
Gmail.
like G-men.
Oh, a G-string.
Yeah, never thought of that. You did.
I think of
should
everything,
have.
unfortunately.
You should have thought of the G-men. I thought of the G-string. Something's wrong.
So you have the
it's yin and
testosterone
yang,
thing.
yin and yang,
Yeah.
I met Ying once in a bar. Yang never ran into him.
No.
No.
Ba-dum-bum.
So it goes, hey, this is, it's Labor
Day. In stereo, you get to hear that.
Mm-hmm. That's pretty cool.
Happy Labor Day, everyone.
Thank you. I don't know what this means.
No work today. You go have a barbecue, go to the beach, have the day off.
Is that what it is?
Although I work.
Why can't Labor Day be Sunday when nobody's working anyway except for the priests?
Because you want you want the long weekend, right?
Yeah, I guess.
Friday afternoon, actually Friday morning, when I was driving around, the traffic was already heading south like crazy.
Sure,
Everyone's trying to get off work, or they're off work, and they're starting their vacation
they're
early.
going someplace to their little place.
So today's the end of it. Now reality begins, folks. Starting tomorrow.
This is more of a backyard barbecue kind of day when your neighbors will purposely annoy you because the kids are back in school or about to go to school, so you can't stray too far. You have to prepare for the school year.
Tomorrow is, the reckoning day.
For
of reckoning.
most places, it is. Yes, many school systems have already started and are working in 90-degree humidity.
You know what else is tomorrow?
No, Labor
Very
Day.
important.
Oh.
Today's Labor Day.
Right.
Tomorrow is primary day. So in your state, wherever that may
Tuesday is
be,
primary day.
please go vote. I'm working it. You know, I'm a warden.
She's working it, baby.
I am working
I'm
it. I work
working
the
it.
polls. I'm working the polls.
Oh, you're a stripper.
You don't know.
Cool.
That's what, you know, it sounds
No,
so
that is
odd.
so cool. That is
no,
so cool.
I'm the lieutenant
I'm nothing
warden.
against that, by
Remember,
the way.
we used to talk about
Yes.
that at the Shawshank Redemption.
Tori, on the side, as a hobby,
It's not even a hobby. I get good money, man.
I know. She's a warden, which means you go down to the local prison and you give them breakfast. And I think that's really
Not
admirable.
exactly.
Thank
but,
you for your
know,
service.
You're welcome. But it's sort of more along the lines of voting. Keep everybody voted.
This is such an important year
Yes.
for
Midterms.
voting.
Absolutely.
Yeah. The next one is even more important, but midterms very important because this could start the blue wave, which means that for once, this Trump guy will have a checks and balances where the Congress or the House, probably the House, will be Democratic, and the president won't be able to get away with this stuff without talking it out for a change.
Sure.
That's what this country's supposed to be about, the checks and balances.
And
you write a check and I balance your checkbook.
Right. And if that Trump guy wants to talk one more time about fixed elections, let's just go back 2 years. If the government did fix elections, Hillary would probably be elected, wouldn't she? And he was
Yes.
going to fight it.
Yeah.
So therefore, that's out the window, man.
Yeah.
No more talking about fixed elections.
No, he still is talking about Hillary with her emails.
Yeah.
Hello,
I know. It's distraction.
excuse me.
Right.
Here's the interesting part. I don't fault the fact that Trump is in the White House because the Clinton thing was a problem. She had the problem. That wasn't created.
Right.
It was just exploited.
Sure.
But and Hillary had some not too great follower haters. I get that. She was a little Pompeo. So I get that. But now that once this lion is in the White House, now everybody should start to see that this is not a good thing. So now it's time to replace it and at least have them work with a Congress, you know.
Right. Yeah.
So the very, very important election. It should be the law that everybody who's a citizen must vote.
Well,
And if
I don't
not-
know if that's
well,
a
if not,
dictate.
you pay more in taxes.
I don't know. Again, you're getting to forcefully making people do
But it's
things.
yes, but that's when you need a child. You have to force
Yeah,
a
but
child.
if you force people to vote, they're going to just vote opposite what they should vote, maybe, because they're going to rebel.
They're going to be angry. All
Yeah,
right.
you can't do it.
Well, look.
Like the draft, is the draft? They don't have that anymore.
No,
do
they don't.
So
Unless something happened
Right, well, you
horribly
can't,
as a
yeah,
distraction by the president, which is possible. Do you remember when Obama was running? The Trump actually said, "Watch out for Obama. He's gonna start a war just to distract us." And whoa, Don, whoa,
Donald Trump, he
whoa.
says things. His brain's not
That's what
connected
he
to
would
his
do.
mouth,
That's
right?
because that's what Don would do.
Right,
That's
exactly.
why.
His things come out of his pie hole. That's all we know. They don't make sense.
I just wish that someday some senator or whatever would stand up in Congress after Trump says something, stand up and say, "Will you shut the hell up, you child? Sit down and shut up." I mean, all you got to do is shout him down.
Everyone is playing to his constituents, though, in who's ever
Yeah.
elected. They know who their base is, and
But
they don't want to go
yeah.
against it.
Well, start playing to the country because
You know, that'd be
I think
nice.
that'd be a little bit better. The latest ABC poll, and this is for Republicans, Democrats, Independents. The question was, should Donald Trump be involved in impeachment proceedings? Would you like to see that start? 56% of the country said yes. That's gone up dramatically.
Right.
When more than half the country says, yes, we should consider impeaching Trump, you ain't going to win an election, babe. You're done. You are cooked like a fried egg on a sidewalk.
Do people cook eggs on sidewalks anymore?
In hot weather, you
It's
can.
it's
They
cheaper,
don't,
right? You
but
don't have to use
can.
electricity. It doesn't sound very
No, you don't
healthy,
have to use
though.
electricity. It's like a mill.
Clean the but you have to clean the sidewalk first.
Yeah, I think
Get
it just
your
proves
dirty
a point. I think
sidewalk.
it just proves a point is all it is.
But if you're hungry, you do what you got to do.
All right,
That's all I know.
I don't even know what we're talking about.
We're talking about
Happy
eggs.
Labor Day, by the way.
Thank you. Thank you. Hey, you know what? I did ask around, as I always do, about
Yep.
what should we talk about today?
Yep.
And I got a little feedback.
What you get?
But I have to ask really fast because it's right before the pod. I want to know, what should I talk about? Tell me quickly. And we already covered one of the topics, pretty much half of it. It said politics, religion in politics.
Oh, in both directions?
Religion in politics. Yeah. So of course that's the the hot button topic.
It can be.
Well, there is things going
It
around with
can
the
be.
church that they're all for Trump now, and they're acting kind of religious and crazy and waving Bibles.
That's kind
and
of odd to
have you noticed
figure
that?
out that. Yes.
So
Well, because churches are usually somewhat conservative because they
Sure.
have the rules and regulations,
Yeah.
but churchy people, Trump is destroying all the rules and regulations. So Careful.
He's paying off porn stars
Careful.
and Playboy bunnies, isn't he?
Yes.
What are you doing?
Yes, talking about little pussycats.
Well, they're cherry picking again.
Yeah.
A lot of people cherry pick from the Bible or from Scripture what is good and what's not good.
Yeah.
And okay, so Trump has all these good points, but he has a lot of bad points. And I don't even know what the good points really are.
I really don't. When you said that, I was
Ron was
fishing in my
frozen.
head.
He was like a statue over there. It was interesting.
Yeah. That's like saying the white supremacists. There's some good ones.
There's some good ones.
There's some good ones.
Bad
Really
ones.
fine ones.
There's
in
good
there.
people on all sides.
On all sides.
All sides.
Yeah, that's fine. But I'm not. I don't have a problem with people though.
People suck.
Those people suck. Whatever.
Okay, the other comment was, and have we covered religion and politics to your satisfaction?
Not really. I would love religion to be taken completely out of politics, but you can't because people's lives are inundated by religion. So I guess you can't do both or any of those things. But I would love to see it have nothing to do with politics.
Sure.
But that's not the case.
Never.
And I get that.
Right.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I know why I even said that.
Because we need to talk. We need to fill some
It
time
needs to
here.
be enunciated. Well, that's true.
Please
but-
keep talking.
That's true. But that's not the point. Okay. Anything else from religion, politics, and religion?
Yeah, those are bad. People say don't talk about politics or religion when you're in mixed company.
Well, it used to be just religion. Now it's politics.
Oh,
as
right.
Well.
Yeah.
And I understand
dicey.
that. It's like I can discuss politics with other political
Of like-minded people, sure.
Yes, if they're educated
Yes.
enough to carry on that conversation. But I will run away if somebody just says, and I said this on the show a couple of days ago. I said, Ron, what's Trump doing these days? Excuse me, what's Trump doing these days?
That's a loaded question. I think they're baiting you.
They don't know what's going. No, they're vapid. There are many people that say everything's so crazy. I don't even.
Right?
listen to
Yeah,
the
I
news
get a
anymore.
lot of that. Yeah.
Don't know. You should know. 'Cause,
Exactly.
Yeah, I mean, if people are taking your feet off, you should know about that.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I don't. I just don't bring up politics around people. I can't. Or sometimes if it's just for fun, for kicks.
Oh, I don't even do that.
Oh no, Ron,
No.
you're not as risky as me though.
I'm too hot about this topic.
Oh yeah, I know. Noticed. Yeah. The other topic was, and seriously, I ran this by you quickly, and you laughed, and it is amusing. Yeah. The bonobo monkey matriarchy as the basis for a new society. The chimpanzees represent the patriarchy. A violent alpha male rules there. In bonobo culture, it's the persuasive and compassionate female, with the help of others when the men get uppity, who rules. And that's true.
It is the latter.
Right. So.
Because sex is involved, that's why.
Really? The bonobo monkeys and sex?
I believe that women are a bit more intelligent because they encompass more of the options than men do. And that's not across the board, by the way.
No.
I believe that when you're a leader, that you have to have empathy and you have to put yourself in the place of others. And I believe that women have more of a sense of empathy and emotion than men do, who simply go by the facts and the figures, and that's not always enough.
Right.
So, yeah, I mean, I think a woman would be a wonderful president. Didn't happen.
Right. Not yet, but,
no.
there's time.
Well, look, the woman that we almost chose wore pantsuits, so I guess it's a gradual thing.
I see, yeah. Maybe you'll be a transgender president down the road. We have transgender mayors and governors or whatever they have in these local elections.
Oh, yeah. I think first we have to figure out that bathroom thing.
The bathroom.
Yeah. I'm not sure we'll figure that out.
And
But
we've talked about this. In people's homes, you have one bathroom
Correct.
that everyone uses.
Correct.
Is that a problem?
No.
All right.
No. As long as it's one at a time.
Well,
I think,
yes, okay, yeah.
Unless you really want to,
They should just put a lock on the door. I don't know. Don't
they
doors have
do it
locks?
in many of the finer restaurants. They have a series of bathrooms, maybe three.
Series? That's
Yes, a
funny.
series,
Yeah, I've seen this
series.
like a family. Isn't there a family
Yeah,
bathroom
well,
with a big changing table?
When you walk into, well, there is that too. But when you walk into the bathroom, you close the door and it locks behind you. You lock it.
Right.
You do your stuff. So it's just one person at a time.
Sure,
in
as
the bathroom.
normal. That sounds right.
I think that's fine. You can't do that in movie theaters. I get that.
Oh,
But, I think we should really go more in that direction. I think we've talked about this before. You have no
Yeah.
understanding of what men have to go through in
I don't want
these
to know.
rooms.
I don't want to know. Why do I want to know that?
It's a urinal problem.
Yeah, I don't. Women don't do that. We have our own private areas.
Yes, you do.
We're not standing there like a trough.
Let me ask you a question, Tori, because I was not a geeker or gooker when I was in junior high school.
But you are now?
No, I'm still not.
Oh,
so I don't know
okay.
the answer.
Then you say I'm not.
In other words,
geeker.
I was never in the girls' locker room in school.
Well, I would hope
never
not.
had the cure. Well,
thank you, Donald Trump.
A lot. Yeah, I know. A lot of boys do venture in to see what it's all about in there, but I've never been in there. In a men's locker room, there are no partitions, no dividers. The showers are.
Yeah, I've seen the movies.
Yes, and that's the way they actually are.
I've seen Porky's. Although that's
It's
not
very-
a good example because then they do it different.
Yes,
Yeah.
but it is similar in its
Right.
physical setup.
Sure.
In a women's locker room in a school, is it the same setup?
No, there's like curtains, I think.
So when women shower, because there are a lot of girls in at the same time,
Right.
because it's a class thing,
Yeah.
it's after a gym class or something. There are no partitions between the girls.
I don't remember. You're talking a long
Tori,
time
come
ago.
on, you gotta remember.
I mean, that's junior high.
Yeah.
They
Or
were
let-
probably everything was probably separated because you're young, it's
Yeah.
puberty, insecure.
Well, they don't do it with men. There's
then I
not
don't
puberty
know.
and insecure. It's like everybody for themselves.
Well, that sounds dangerous because you're going to get people getting picked on.
The problem is that I never knew what to look at. I mean, what do you're showering and
You
there's
look
a guy
straight
next
ahead.
to
You
you.
just, I don't know.
It's very, very embarrassing.
You don't
It's just
stare
very
no matter
awful.
what. I
No,
mean, in
God,
life,
you don't.
at life, you don't stare
Well,
at
when you
anyone
turn around-
anyway.
When you turn around, you gotta know which direction you're going in, and there it is.
Yeah, but you shouldn't stare at people anyway. Like in a restaurant, in anywhere, you just shouldn't stare at humans, should you?
in a restaurant.
It's
sure.
intimidating. I don't
No,
want to stare at
while
people.
they're eating?
That's like you're staring them down. Never mind in a bathroom.
Oh, you're missing one of the great
Really?
pleasures of life.
Oh, I am.
I when I was living in New York City, I used to sit on a park bench in Central Park.
Yeah.
Sit there for like half an hour and just watch people.
Oh, people
walk
watching's
by.
great.
That's what I'm
but you're
talking
not people
about.
staring. You're people glancing.
What is the difference between staring and watching? Really?
Well, it's an intense look, isn't it? If you're just staring, your eyes are not moving
yeah, I
away.
don't think anybody intensely stares. You do it indiscriminately. You do take second and third and fourth looks because something may attract you or concern you or something. But you don't jut your head out, your chin out, and stare like you're Superman trying to get X-ray vision through their heads. No,
What about a woman that had like no bra on?
stare,
You stare?
not stare. See,
Okay, so
all
now
right,
you're
look,
backtracking.
glance fancifully.
Fancifully.
Well, you have to glance back and forth. You have to make it like, oh, there's a nice tree, but you're not looking at the tree.
Really?
Oh, Tori, of course.
What if you're in a supermarket? Do you make like rounds again through the aisle?
I have.
You have?
I have.
Has
I
every
must
man?
admit.
I think every man has then.
I'm admitting it. It's happened on occasion, yes. I have gone down an aisle that I really didn't care to shop on because there was somebody I wanted to just check out a little bit more.
I'm just taking a
Yeah,
pull.
not that I ever would stop them and say, "Oh, baby, yeah,
Those
really."
could poke an eye out. Would you say that? Watch out for kids there.
No, I would just walk by and that would be the end of it, and then try to remember it when I got home
For other purposes.
for medicinal purposes.
Oh gosh.
Being recorded for training purposes.
Yes.
Anyway,
We're doing a comedy show
What
now.
are you doing? What are you doing here? What
I
are
saw
you
a red
doing?
squirrel yesterday. FYI.
Really?
Walking through the park. We have gray squirrels here.
Uh-huh.
For the
Most people
first
do.
time, my buffer and me
Yeah.
saw my buffer and I. I want to do proper grammar here.
You're so street. You're so
Yeah,
street.
I am street.
Good proper grammar.
I sleep on the street. We
No, you didn't.
I did.
No,
we
you
we
didn't.
saw a red
You
squirrel.
were
My buffer
walking-
and I saw a red squirrel under a tree.
No, you didn't.
We did. We're like, is this Colorado? What's happening right now? He tried to get a picture, but it just
funny.
happened so fast we couldn't even get a picture to
Wow.
prove we saw a red squirrel. First time for both of us, and we're older Americans,
Yes.
so
I don't even mean that.
we're not kids.
Did you stare at the red squirrel?
We did. We stared, but that's an animal. It doesn't
Right.
count unless it's a pit bull. You don't want to probably do
you
that
don't know
either.
like most people
Don't
I
show
know
fear. But the squirrel seemed to follow us. I thought,
Yeah.
but I kept hearing things. But he said it wasn't the squirrel. It scrambled. It scurried away.
That's
It scurried.
interesting.
Isn't
I guess
it?
you can have red squirrels
But why does it take us till 2018 to see a red squirrel in our lifetime?
because it's not that frequent.
Yeah.
It's like the Hale-Bopp comet.
Hell, Bob. Yeah, that's where they wore the shoes and
Yeah.
off themselves.
Yeah, there was a cult.
Yeah, the
and
cult with the sneakers, the Nikes.
They thought that after the comet there would be a spaceship to take them into a greater place.
Maybe
so
it did.
They killed themselves.
How do we know it didn't?
No, I don't know that
We
they
don't
didn't.
know.
No, but perhaps it's a chance you take.
I'm not taking any
I mean,
chances
I'm not even
like
good
that.
at Keno, so I'm not going to take my
You're not
chance.
good at Keno?
No, God, no.
There's
Oh,
so many
God,
numbers
no.
to choose from. Can't you get one?
No.
Really?
Yeah, and if you get one, what's the payoff?
I don't know. I've gotten
A little
like
bit
4.
less, a little bit less than what you spent on
You
the
get
thing to begin
excited,
with.
then you bet more. I don't gamble. This is years ago in a
I
restaurant.
don't gamble
maybe.
either. I do it out of boredom in a restaurant if I'm stuck there.
Right.
But
yeah, exactly.
It's just funny. It's just some people say, "Yeah, I won $200 yesterday." Wow,
How
that's
much have you
pretty-
spent? Yeah,
exactly.
exactly.
Yeah, oh, 600, but it's okay.
Yeah. Well, you know what? I don't know. Never mind. I was thinking I was going to say something, and all right, I will. But it's kind of sad to me, and I don't want to bring anybody down.
Oh, here we go.
At work, sometimes people come in,
Yeah.
and I'm not a big drinker. Obviously, I never have been. But some people are, and no judging. But when purchasing liquor, the hands are shaking, and it's early in the day, and I feel my heart is breaking because I know what that means.
It's true.
Isn't that sad? It's like the DTs. You're so dependent on alcohol, and it's not everybody. It's very rarely that it happens, but it does, and it's sad to me.
It is sad.
Because alcohol really
That is
has
sad.
it's got a grip on people, and now they're having studies coming out where even a little alcohol is really just bad for you.
I don't want to hear this.
I know, I'm sorry, because you and I drink, we imbibe here and there. Socially, sure, and I'm going to keep doing that. But
no, actually,
some people really get the the disease.
Let's sort this out
Let's
properly.
unpack this.
Yes, I will take out my cosmetics. Social drinking, to a certain extent, can even be healthy for you.
Is that so?
Yes, it is so, because I accept that kind of information.
Oh,
Drinking incessantly is certainly not.
Well, obviously, your
Certainly not.
body will wear out.
So it is a drug of choice,
Right.
And yes, you see that. You sell cigarettes in the same establishment, I would assume.
Correct.
And I feel bad sometimes for people that come in and buy like a carton.
Yeah.
That's like, oh no, that's too much.
Right.
That's too much. You're setting yourself.
But it's a
up.
choice, isn't it?
Of course, it's a choice, but I feel just as bad for their
Right.
internal organs as I do for the drinker's liver.
I see. I
Yeah.
guess. But I mean, trembling hands make me just a little more sad because
Absolutely.
I know, and I don't know personally because I've
Right.
never been an alcoholic.
Yes.
I guess once you're an alcoholic, you always are, right? Is that true?
No, not at all.
Well, you have to go
Not
to
at
meetings,
all.
don't you? You're an alcoholic.
I hate meetings.
I know. I could never do
No,
meetings.
there are treatment centers all over the place for alcoholism, and
But you have to call
many,
yourself
many
that the
people-
rest of your life. Don't you label yourself?
No, you never label yourself.
I thought that, but I guess some alcoholics do. They
Well,
say, I'm an alcoholic.
yeah,
I'm a
no,
recovering alcoholic.
recovering.
Yeah, but you still use the
come to
word.
I see. I wouldn't. If
Okay.
if I beat the clock,
Right.
then no, I
Okay.
don't have that problem.
Great.
I'm very careful. I would say I'm
Yeah, you
being very
are.
careful. No, I'm not talking about myself. I'm just saying as a person.
Okay.
If I had that problem
Oh, I see.
and I went through some type of program to stop it,
All right.
I would say I'm just fine. But I choose not to drink it because
Right.
I went through that, and that
Yeah.
was a bad experience. So that's then you're turning the disease into a choice that you're making not to engage in that because
Right.
I don't care to go through that
No.
horrible time that I went through again.
You don't care
So,
to, but you're making it sound like it's very easy to just stop.
It's not very easy to stop.
For a lot of people, it's not.
Correct.
For some people, you really,
It depends. It depends.
It does depend.
Yeah, I mean, some people. Yeah, I remember in when I used to drink, I would feel sick.
That's the thing with me.
Yeah.
I could never do that again.
And I would say, and I remember saying to myself multiple times, "I'm never drinking again. I don't want
Right.
to ever feel like this again." And of course, the next evening, somebody comes over and you have another
No,
one.
the last time was 8 years ago, and I've never gotten sick
Well, see,
since. So
that's very good for you.
because I just know my limitations.
No,
I just won't
yeah.
pass it.
If you drink every day, and even there, not so bad. But
Mm-hmm.
if you drink to excess to the point where you're feeling high and you're feeling good, then you're drinking to feel high and feel good
Right.
every day.
It's an
That's a
escape.
problem.
Yeah.
Also, if your liver is starting to go, that's a
Ooh,
problem too.
Gosh.
Dreep
My organs are
and
fine.
Be merry.
Yeah, yeah.
Be
I don't even
merry.
drink enough to matter, probably.
No. Now, smoking,
Mm-hmm.
I think, is worse.
Okay.
Because then you are just screwing up. You're on a fast track to death.
I know. I'm picturing lungs. You ever see those
Yeah.
pictures they have of lungs?
Yeah.
They're like all black and
Yeah.
stuff. That scares me a little.
That's the way that a lot of people stop. They actually take pictures of it and they put it on their cigarette pack.
Ah.
And that works pretty good. That works pretty good. not everybody that smokes all the time is necessarily going to die of lung cancer.
Right.
But yeah, your insides you're just choosing to screw yourself up.
I knew someone that smoked and smoked and smoked, died of breast cancer.
Sure.
So it must be, there's a correlation, right?
Not necessarily.
You don't think?
No.
Cancer's not just cancer?
No. Well,
I mean-
cancer is any disease that involves cells that have gone haywire. And start
But I think
destroying
smoking
themselves.
could even cause brain cancer. Maybe couldn't it cause different cancers?
It can, yes.
Okay.
It's possible.
So just don't do it,
It's
right?
usually lung and throat, though.
Ooh, yeah.
You know.
The esophagus.
Yeah, because that's where you're just taking the stuff in.
My uncle's got a titanium jaw.
Congratulations. But here's what I don't understand about marijuana. All right? And I've smoked it before. You take the smoke, and you hold it in your lungs as long as you possibly can, and then you exhale. Cigarette smoke, you don't hold it in your lungs as long as you possibly can.
Let me just say this about that.
I've never seen a guy smoke and like.
I did some, right.
They don't do that.
They don't do that.
Yeah. But yeah.
I've done research on this. Well, you have this very topic.
Okay.
It doesn't matter if you hold it in. That's a myth. Look it up.
Well, it doesn't make sense that it wouldn't matter.
What do you mean?
It wouldn't make sense that if you inhale smoke
Right.
and keep it in your lung area
Right.
as long as you possibly can.
It doesn't make a difference. Inhale it, puff it out. It's the same thing. You're being foolish.
It doesn't make
It just
sense.
caught on
Tori.
for some reason. It just caught on. It doesn't
What caught on?
make a difference
Oh,
if
as far as getting high is
Getting
concerned.
high.
Oh, I thought you meant as far as disease is
Oh, no. It
concerned.
doesn't make a difference if you're going to get high. People are just on this whole
I agree
theory
with-
where
I
they
agree
hold
with
it
you.
in like a
I agree.
nitwit.
I agree with you.
You just look like a dum-dum.
I
So
agree.
knock it off.
I agree.
You're just trying to be cool.
That makes sense. Once it's in
It's
your
like an idiot.
Yeah. It doesn't
Stop
get into
it.
your system more just because it's held there.
That's my stop
I
it
get
tour.
it. I get it.
Yeah.
Yes. But do you admit that it makes sense that if you hold
Yes.
then you're
doing more
destroying
damage.
even more, right.
But you're doing it for no purpose, so stop
Right,
it.
just stop it.
You're an idiot.
Are you still doing the Stop It tour?
I thought about it. I have to because there's so many things I want people to stop doing.
Yeah, I know. It's so long.
And that's the answer to it. If
yeah.
you're doing this, just stop it.
Just stop
You don't
it.
need a meeting.
Yeah.
You don't need a program. You don't need advice. You don't need a guru, meditation,
Right.
Jesus. You don't need any of it.
Right, just
Okay? Just stop it.
Stop it.
What's wrong with you?
Yeah.
Okay?
I don't know if you've been to her seminars, which are wildly successful all across the country. She now franchises them out. But she, what she does is she gets up on stage. I can play a clip, but I don't have it with me. She gets up on stage and she basically just says, "Just stop it," for like 2 hours. And by the time it's over, it's the audience is pretty much saying, "Just stop telling me that."
Well, they
And-
paid to hear me tell them to
Yes,
stop
they
it.
did.
Why do they need me to tell them?
Because
Common
it has to-
sense.
it has to be drilled into them.
You know, unbelievable.
But it's very, very
You voted for
effective.
Donald Trump? Stop it.
Right.
Stop it.
Right.
What's wrong with you? Again.
Yes.
Don't do
Seriously.
it again.
I know.
Please.
Yeah.
Idiot.
I love that part of the seminar
Yeah.
where you say that for like
Berate
half an
people.
hour.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then, yeah.
Yes.
You have to, people, need punishment.
No,
There's
the
a
only-
reward
yeah.
and a punishment system in place
there
in
really
life.
is. And there should be.
There should be.
There should be.
Exactly.
There should be.
It's common sense again.
Yeah.
We have a shortage of it.
I've been talking about recent podcast days. John McCain, of course, passed away recently, and it's fascinating to me that he purposefully knew that he
Yeah,
was going to
yeah,
die,
yeah.
and
I love it.
he set up his funeral arrangements to prove to everybody that you need to get along with everybody. He's got Obama doing the major
George
eulogy.
Bush.
Yes.
Yeah.
The two guys who he wanted the presidential seat from.
And Donald Trump, you can just take a powder.
And that's what he's doing.
You're not welcome.
He said no Trump.
Right. I love it.
I don't
I
want
love
your
it.
part. But his message is so clear, as if he was still alive, saying that message. Yet he's shouting it louder than if he were alive.
Yeah.
That
You
just-
get your last word on your obituary.
I think this word's going to last for quite some time. People are going to always go back to McCain and say, whatever you thought of his politics, this guy respected everybody. He was friends with people he disagreed
He
with.
was a handsome guy. Did you see what he looked like young?
Yes.
Ah.
Well, we're all handsome when we're
This
young.
is very
Let's
true.
face that. Come on.
But did you hear about the flag thing too? Did you talk about that?
Yes.
Oh,
yeah. White House lowers the
unbelievable.
flag and
Then raises it back up
says,
again?
"Okay, that's enough." Yeah.
What? And
the
then he
only-
gets pressured
Yep.
into putting it back
Yeah,
down like he should have in the
Yeah.
first place.
It's almost like
Yeah.
a revenge slap back at McCain.
It is.
But
It's petty. It's petty and juvenile.
It's unbelievable.
Like him.
It's unbelievable. One of McCain's best friends was Joe Biden, who's a Democratic rival.
Is he going to run again? Are they talking about
nobody
that?
knows. He's hinting at it. Everybody says he's too old to run. No, he's like 2 years older than Trump, maybe 1 year older.
Right,
It's not that big a difference.
no.
And if Trump gets in another, then he'd be the same.
No,
age
he's not
anyway.
getting in, though. Bite your tongue.
No. The tongue has been bitten.
Okay,
The
good.
tongue has been bitten sufficiently. Sufficiently bitten. All right, I got some things I wanted to bring up.
Bring them up
Speaking
right
of
now.
politics, to some extent, there's a very popular burger chain in California called In-N-Out Burger.
Oh, I've heard of it.
Yeah, I've not had their
I've
burger.
not either, because
No.
I'm not over there.
But it's wildly popular there. I don't know what it is. It's probably riddled with cocaine. I have no idea. But people love it in California. Well, they find out that the company itself, the CEO and the company itself, have actually made some major contributions to the Republican Party. No. So this
In California?
That's the point. So many of the customers are saying, "Not here, my friend. Not here, my friend. My buffriend."
My buffriend.
So now there are some boycotts starting up to say, and that's the point. That's the point. If you're a company, why are you dabbling in political pressure? Leave it alone. I can understand lobbyists and all that kind of stuff, but if you're
There's
gonna
more to this story than I think. That's just the surface. There's something underneath, like who's ever the CEO or something, some back story.
well,
I
I mean,
think.
it's very similar to this pizza guy, Papa John,
Oh yeah.
who has a chain of restaurants all over the country, especially
Right.
up in the New England area. And
In Florida, when I lived there, it was
yes,
popular.
There you go. He has made some very conservative Republican statements supporting the Republican Party, which is fine.
Like Domino's Pizza.
Which is fine.
Same thing.
But
It's
it
these
was,
pizza
but it
places.
was directed more toward the Trump support thing, and a lot of the customers, and also somewhat racist comment at one point. So many of the customers said, "Well, no more cheese on your pizza, babe."
Yeah, man.
Yeah. So, if you're a company, I don't understand why you would stick your neck out like that. It's just
No,
kind of stupid.
it is. It is.
I wouldn't have one of their burgers now either.
It's like putting a sign on your lawn at your business. No.
In this country, we don't have laws that say you can't say this and you can't say that necessarily as far as political opinion is concerned.
Mm-hmm.
But if you say it and the population doesn't care for it, you're open game, my friend.
That's right.
You made your bed, lie in it.
Exactly.
Yeah. Thank you, Tori, for your
You're welcome.
affirmation.
I have to be affirmating.
Okay. Here's an interesting story. It's Coloma, Colma, Coloma
Yeah. What about it?
Junior High School in Michigan.
Huh.
It's kind of a funny story.
Uh-oh.
You went to school, didn't you?
Sure.
Let me tell
I think it's the law. You have to, right? Even if it's homeschool.
That's true, it is. Oh, I forgot.
They made me. I didn't want to do it.
Did you ever,
But
meet
they
a,
made me.
did you ever meet a truant officer?
No.
They used to have those
I
things
know.
like
I
way
think they
back.
still do, don't they?
I don't know.
They
I don't
have
think
to,
so.
because it's still law. Oh,
I think
yeah.
You can just be arrested by a regular cop now.
Yeah, but there's a truant department.
Really?
Truancy,
Oh,
sure.
my God.
Yeah, there
Ooh.
is.
And they're mean, I understand. I like nuns.
I don't know.
Yeah, okay.
Really?
Anyway. They chase the little rascals around in their little movies. Anyway.
That's right.
So, Coloma Junior High School in Michigan, they planted a time capsule 30 years ago, back in
Oh, I
1988.
love those things.
Aren't
That's
they fun?
awesome.
Aren't they fun?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So so that was a 30-year thing. So they went to dig it up, and it's not there. They can't remember where they put it.
Oh, no, that's
They-
not a good story.
No,
It's a sucky one.
Yeah, well, it's a funny story.
Yes, but I
mean,
wanted to see what was inside. Now I don't get to know.
Here's what the lesson is: mark the damn spot.
Does that need to be said? Are you kidding me?
Did you put the marker in, Joe? No, it's right here. I remember where it is.
That's insane. And somebody's going to find it in 100 years, and
Yeah.
we'll never even know because we'll be dead. Great,
I don't know.
thanks.
It might be more
Good
interesting
job.
than yeah.
Thanks, Obama.
You're right. It's his fault. They've dug up a lot of the area, and they just not there. And they start wondering, did somebody else dig it up? And go, no, we really didn't mark it. We don't remember exactly where
Maybe
it
they'll
was.
find a body and they'll solve a crime, and
That
it's a
would be more
win.
fun. That would be a real time
You know,
capsule.
keep digging. I
Yeah.
say that's what I say.
Keep digging, man.
You gotta.
Yeah.
There's something there.
Wow. Give you a buffer and a shovel. I don't know what that meant.
What else we got there? Anything?
I think that'll pretty much cover
No.
everything. What do you mean, no? Yes.
I had the red scroll. What do you want from me?
The Red Scroll.
Hey.
The Dead Sea Scrolls.
Oh yeah. We
What
can
are
talk
those
about
things?
those.
Where are those things, by the way? Do they know where those are?
The Dead Sea's in the Middle East. It's in Israel, right?
Yeah, I think.
I don't know. It's your people.
But it's when it's my people.
You know what the
I
Dead
don't
Sea
own
is,
them.
where it is.
That's my
I heard it's
people.
really salty, and you don't really float. You sink or float. Which is it?
You don't sink. You float.
You float.
Yeah. There's
They
so
all
much-
float down here.
So, all the dead bodies are just floating.
Ooh.
I know. Yeah, it's quite amazing. Yeah. There are scrolls.
Are they rolled up? Are they paper? Are they
So-
falling apart? They're disintegrating by now.
I think all they had back then in those days were the scrolls
Right.
because they didn't have a lot of paper.
No.
No.
But they had to preserve them, and they're probably all falling apart by now.
I would think so. They
It's
probably
the time of the
probably
mummies,
probably
right?
got wet.
What about those pyramids?
That's
How'd they
something-
build those?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's been a mystery.
Still going to be a mystery.
Well, I think I know how.
Tell us, reveal to us.
Slave labor.
Well-
like the slaves probably said, I ain't carrying that stuff. Yeah,
well, they
yes,
had
you
pulleys,
are.
right? Didn't they have like pulley
They
systems?
did have a pulley system, yes.
Right.
Yes.
They
And-
invented it, like the
yeah,
wheel.
They had wheels,
They invented those, right?
so they could have done a series of wheel cart things.
Sure.
I know.
It was
But-
innovative.
But how do you get them up to the top?
It's very slowly. You got to start at the bottom and then stack them on top, like blocks, right?
So let's say you're about 100 feet off the ground.
Am I
You're-
going to sound dumb by the end of this conversation?
Let's
I'm
find
just
out.
checking.
Let's find out. Let's say you're about 20 blocks high, 20
Yeah,
stories high,
okay.
and now you got to go up to the 21st. How do you get past the 20 to get up there? I know there are steps.
What do you mean? Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
You just get to, you make a pointy thing.
Yeah, I make a
and that's a
pointy thing.
pyramid. How many did they make? A bunch? 5? 2? 1?
Oh, I think, well, there were a lot more than were just in that Great Pyramid area.
Didn't some have like a head on top? A guy's head? Oh, that's the Sphinx thing.
Oh, yeah, that was
That's a different
that
thing
was
they
more of
built.
a sculpture, yes.
See, I'm sounding a little dumb right now.
Yeah, no, not at all. Not at all. I'm wondering if those things were, obviously they're tombs.
Sure.
Which is a little much. So can we say
A little over the
it's
top.
yeah,
Oh, Donald Trump wants one of those, don't you know? He's going to have his own someday.
it's a-
Jesus.
yeah.
Yeah.
That might take up the whole cemetery.
You know,
yeah,
I'm
so-
thinking.
Yeah.
No, he plans on living forever. I'm so sorry. There will be no tombs
That's
or
true.
sphinxes
Right.
or
The
sphincters.
sphincters.
He needs a giant, bury him in a giant sphincter.
I think.
Then there's redundancy, isn't
Yes. Yes. But apropos.
there? Apropos.
Apropos
That's what he does.
redundancy.
Indeed. Yes.
Or make his pyramid upside down. Something like that.
Yes.
Yeah, that's stupid. I guess the Egyptians didn't know the meaning of planning ahead.
No.
Yes, you know.
I don't know.
Yeah. Want to build a tomb and make it a big pyramid. How are we going to do that? I'll figure it out when time comes.
Yeah.
How are we going to get those things to the top? Nah,
I don't know how they
We'll
did
figure
it.
it out.
Well.
We'll figure it out. But that was the lifetime, not only occupation, but the lifetime activity for these Egyptian slaves and other slaves from other countries. This is what they did all their lives, day and night.
How did it pay, though?
I don't know if it paid at all. I mean, maybe they were just fed.
Yeah.
I don't know. And I don't know if they even
Because
had a
slave
choice.
doesn't translate to payment. Slave sort of means like you just doing it because someone's making you do something, right?
Well, you will continue to live if you do what I tell you to do. I think pretty much is the bottom line on that. But it's just amazing that was their entire lives from beginning to end. Even infants were carrying the lighter stones,
God.
probably. I have no idea.
Yeesh.
But wow, that's amazing. It's
I had a dream
amazing.
last night about an infant. There was a little baby in it. Sometimes I dream about babies. Yeah, and when you dream, of course, it's so real that you think
At the time.
at the time.
Yes.
So I'm afraid of dropping this baby in a little crevice.
Yeah.
Crevasse? I was afraid.
I don't know if I've had dreams. I think most of my fantasies are nightmares, to be honest with you, come to think of it. I'm either running away from something and I can't move fast enough, or I forgot something. I don't know where my car is. So they're not...
You have a problem in your dreams, huh?
There's always some conflict.
Conflict, yeah.
There's nothing that... I think when I was younger, they were lovely dreams, like some large-breasted cockatoo or some Amazon woman just wanting to have her way with me, and I can't do anything about it.
That doesn't sound very good either.
No, but I don't have a lot of those anymore.
It's
No.
just trying to find your car. Dude, where's my car?
That is my most frequent dream. Is I'm in the dream and I come out of something and my car is not there and I can't figure out how to get home or how I even got there.
Is that a premonition? Maybe? Are you going to lose your car?
I've had
Someone's
this-
going to steal it?
No, I've had this for decades. When I was going to school, I had the constant nightmare that I never knew the combination to my locker. Ever.
Ooh.
Ever.
But did you?
Yes.
Then no problem, right?
None.
But in your dream, it was a problem.
In your dreams.
Yeah.
I guess that's where that comes from.
In your dreams, sucker.
No, I don't. No. See, these things don't mean what they are.
They're not symbolic?
They're symbolic, but
they
don't
are.
mean that I don't know the combination to my locker.
Right.
or that
Okay.
come from my car. They are, it's perhaps a loss of control or some type of uninflicted confusion.
Okay.
It's interesting. I mean, I'm not a psychologist, but I assume that it derives from the Freudian.
You're not a psychologist. I must disclose that to all of you right now. If you've been wondering for the last 30 years, I am not.
But I could have been. So had I chosen to take that path, but I didn't want to sit in the class.
Do you know you can talk like this just by moving your jaw out underneath?
Jim Backus.
Yes, it is. Thurston Howell III. Lovey.
Would you ever want to be a psychologist?
Yes.
I don't.
Ooh.
I think it's an easy job. Could you just sit in a chair and say, what do you think? What do you think?
Maybe I spoke too quickly. You're hearing other people's problems.
That's what I don't want to do.
Then I'm going to get brought down.
Yes, correct.
Yeah. Okay,
that
maybe
is
not.
negative energy.
It is negative energy.
Bombarded at
Yeah,
you
yeah.
professionally. And I think you have to be, and I mean this with the greatest respect, I think you have to be a cold-hearted bastard with love in order to be a psychologist or a psychiatrist, because you're seeing these horrible scenarios, and yet when it's over, okay, our time is up, and you have a chicken dinner. It's just,
well, let me tell you a similar thing. My
Already?
uncle
Yeah.
was a divorce lawyer.
okay.
Great divorce lawyer.
Yes.
For years.
All right.
Got married.
Yeah.
Gave up that part of it because you're hearing these horrible stories over and over. So he went to a different part of law and gave up the divorce part, even though it's very lucrative.
Yeah.
So you're right, because of it will affect you.
I could also never be, and excuse the expression, a gynecologist. I couldn't look at those things all day,
Ooh.
go home to my significant girlfriend, and feel any kind of...
It would be all it would be all clinical.
Yes.
Oh, not romantic.
Yes.
Oh.
No, how can it be?
Yeah.
It's not like you've never seen that before.
I've never
would be-
dated a gynecologist, and I never would. Anyway.
Wouldn't it be interesting?
No.
though? I would
It
do
sounds
it
awful.
just as a fling.
No. I'm not interested.
Well, I wouldn't want to be one.
And I'm going to... No.
No. And it sounds like fun when you're in junior high school.
Maybe, because we don't know anything then.
No, but then as soon as you get older, you go, no, this could be detrimental to my sexual health.
I have
Yeah,
a woman
that could-
gynecologist even. I don't... You know what? Men
Yeah.
are bad news
Yeah.
sometimes in the medical
these
profession.
These days.
I don't trust them. I've had bad experiences.
These days. See, I have the same problem, but for a different reason.
Oh, that's right, the woman.
I have a woman doctor, and she checks my nuts and my...
Oh my God.
and,
Just say your sack. It's so much funnier.
my nutsack. And she puts on the little rubber glove and
Oh my God.
goes to the tunnel of love.
Oh my God.
But I don't and I'm not uncomfortable with it. But if a guy did that to me, I would be uncomfortable. You see,
Right.
So I don't. And there was a time in one's life where doctors were pretty much guys.
Oh, yeah.
And I and mind it then, but
Jesus.
apparently I mind it now.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
that's in your head probably. You got to get over that. Or just keep having women doctors and have a fantasy world. I don't know.
I think there kind of are more women doctors now, as far as I've seen in this part of the country.
Right. That's good.
It's great.
Yeah.
And you know why I like it?
No.
Because they have empathy.
Oh, sure. Yes.
They care about. They care.
It's different.
They care.
Men are just very by the book.
Clinical.
Yes.
Clinical.
Sure.
Women, no.
And if a guy is more empathetic, I don't know. What does
Yeah.
that mean? What is he trying to say?
Well,
I'm
I wouldn't
overthinking
mind. I
anyway.
wouldn't mind. Yeah. Well, I always overthink. It's my job. I pretty much. If I got paid for overthinking, I would be a billionaire.
I know, me too.
Yeah.
But it's bad for our mental health, I think.
It is the conundrum of life, which I often talk about as well. I wish I was vapid. I wish I was stupid.
Ignorance is bliss.
Oh man,
It's so true.
man.
Yeah.
Not to have to worry about things because you don't know what the hell's going on.
Just watch NASCAR.
Well, yes.
Sit
What a
there.
wonderful
But you
life
do
that
watch
would be.
NASCAR, so I'm a little worried.
used to.
You
I
used?
used
You
to.
gave it up
Yeah, I
for
did.
Lent. Good for you.
I started falling asleep before the flag even dropped.
The engines couldn't keep you up, huh?
No.
Good for you. That's progress. I'm
Can't
proud
do it
of you.
anymore. Also, one of my favorite drivers, Jeff Gordon,
Yeah.
retired.
Oh, did he?
So now there is.
He was, like,
I have
selling all
nobody
kinds
to
of
root
stuff. I'd
for.
see his face on all kinds of
he was
stuff.
very successful. You have to see for that. You got to have a favorite or something.
Yeah, you do.
So
There's a
get to-
woman. What's her name? What's that with a D?
Yeah, she's
Yeah.
she retired too.
Oh,
Yes.
okay.
Yeah. What the hell was her name?
It starts with a D. That's all I can give you. And that's that's good for me because I don't even watch that stuff.
Oh man. She's a spokesperson there for the GoDaddy.
Yeah, she has dark hair. Pretty.
What the hell's her name?
Badass. Drive that fast.
Yeah, well, she's a very tiny person. She's like a jockey.
Oh, yeah, I could be a jockey.
Yeah, you could.
If I got thrown, though, I'm a Christopher Reeve. You know the story there.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm afraid of getting thrown.
I got to find out who this is.
Oh,
Tori's
my
driving
God.
me
He's doing it.
crazy.
He's doing it.
I
I've
can't
never
help
seen
it.
this.
I can't help
he
it.
refuses to Google
I can't
every
help it.
show.
I can't
Even
help
though
it.
he wants to, he doesn't.
Oh, she's got a
Danica.
Danica Patrick.
There you go. And
Thank
you
you.
didn't even need to look.
No, it
I
was
came
just-
to my brain. My brain
you
holds
know-
a lot of stuff,
no,
you know.
No, that's not what it is. The Google
Oh, it's-
screen came up, and then you said Google, and you Googled in your head.
No.
I know you.
Danica. I got it. It's one of my little neurons. They started firing off and trying to reconnect to my brain, and then I got it. But you know what I want to say about the pyramids real quick before I forget?
sure.
When read this. Inside, when they'd bury the mummies,
Yes.
they'd bury them with poison ivy. Lots of plants, but one of them was poison ivy. Okay?
All right.
That was still active hundreds and hundreds of years later. So that's how bad it is, dude.
Poison ivy lives on.
It lives on.
Wow.
It's still active after hundreds of years, whatever the properties of poison ivy is. No wonder it's such bad news.
Wow.
Just saying.
So you could actually kill those people.
Well, no, they were
buried in
dead
it.
already,
Oh,
but they
that's-
buried them with plants. They stuffed them. That was their embalming. Stuffing them with flowers and plants and herbs and
Yeah,
stuff.
That's
Eesh. Whoever touched the poison ivy to stuff them, though? What happened to them?
but tasty.
Is it?
Well, if you do oregano,
Oh, okay.
a little basil.
That could be a little Jeffrey Dahmer story in there, a little joke somewhere.
Wrap them up in the
Hey, they're doing a movie with Ted Bundy, about Ted Bundy, another one. It's time again. You know, it's time.
time again.
It's not too soon. Zac Efron. Zac Efron is going to play Ted Bundy, and he looks really good as Ted Bundy. That's
Really?
scary. I hope he doesn't lose any work later.
Kind of old news, isn't it?
Well, it's everything old is new again, Ron. We have to revisit these times.
I suppose so.
I want to see a good Green River Killer movie is what I want to see. I've been
Yeah.
waiting.
Good for
Man,
you. Well,
you know.
Glad you enjoy your films.
Well, I read the book.
Oh, nice.
It was up in Washington State.
Yeah.
Ah,
Are you
that guy was vicious.
often when you see movies from books? Are you often disappointed or delighted?
I'm delighted. I liked it because you know what? It's such a compact thing. A book takes me a while to read. Move 90 minutes,
Well,
2
I know,
hours.
but
I
sometimes
love
they're
it.
not true to the book. They kind of go off on their own.
Yeah, but that's okay because I can get a vision then too. I like the whole picture,
Yeah, good for you.
and I'm interested in serial killers.
Yeah.
For many, many, many years. What makes them tick? I want to read all the stories, all the details, find out about it, because I might be a victim someday. I don't know. I got to stay aware
You might be a victim someday. Therefore, you should know.
how to survive kidnapping. Don't you want to know?
Well,
Ron, not that, you're going to be kidnapped, or I am, or anybody is. But what if you are? You got to know these things. You have to be able to starve yourself, go without water, food and water, kind of self-torture to a bit. In case they do it to you, then you're all set.
it's getting kind of bizarre, to be honest with you.
And
It's
me,
starting-
when don't I?
It's starting to freak me out.
No, you got to have a mental game, Ron. Life is a mental game. Okay,
fine.
You have to be ready.
Well, I'm ready.
Remember, like Peter Sellers?
Yes.
He had his companion try to sabotage it. What is it? What's
Yes.
the word?
Cato?
Yeah, Cato. But he had to always
Assault, attack.
Yeah, but when you're hidden and doing it.
Oh, kamikaze? No. It's
a-
bonsai. No, it's
when you attack someone when they're hidden, and
Yeah.
it's a
surprise.
yeah, but it's a surprise
I know,
attack.
I
But
know,
what's it
I
called?
know,
Oh my God, people are yelling at the thing right now.
Google.
Danica Patrick.
Colonoscopy? No.
Oh, it's what's the word?
I know
When
what
you're hidden,
mean.
you're in hiding, and then you spring
and
out.
Spring out. You,
We're having brain cramps, everyone.
You
Sorry.
something to me. This is not going to happen.
What's
It's
wrong
not
with
gonna
us,
happen.
Ron? We're two intelligent people.
You have a phone?
I could be a member of Mensa. Damn it, it's so embarrassing.
I can't remember where we put the cards. Go
To
on.
spring out on someone from a hidden place is called. Okay. Common places addicts hide their drugs. No, that's
No,
wrong.
no,
19
no.
Most Beautiful Places.
No, this is no.
How to find a natural spring. Oh, how to find bed bugs.
All right, wait a minute. Let me. Alexa, what is the phrase when you surprise attack somebody?
Surprise.
I'm not sure about that.
She doesn't know.
You really
either.
have Alexa listening to your every move?
Here's the
Dude.
definition of surprise. An unexpected or astonishing event, fact, or thing.
No.
They heard you talking to me?
Yeah.
Or they heard Alexa.
So you let Siri listen to everything you say?
No, I want
I
off
don't
this
let it-
planet.
Oh man.
It's a.
I don't
What is
know.
it called?
All right, this is not going to work out.
Look at this. Some serious editing going on.
I'll tell you something, ladies and gentlemen. If you go to the website New England Talk Radio or NewEnglandBroadcasting.com,
Yes.
that will be posted today on Monday as to what that actual phrase
Unless
is.
we think
word
of it in
is.
the next 50
It's
seconds.
not going to happen. It's not going to
How
happen.
do you know?
Because I know.
You don't
it's
know
not
my
gonna
brain.
happen.
I'm waiting for kidnappers. My brain works
We
on
are
a whole
getting
different level.
further and further away from the answer.
That's okay
as we
because I
talk
circle
about
back.
other
I
things.
circle back. My brain
Well,
circles back.
I-
It's called.
Tori, give it up.
I can't.
You can't do it.
Never.
It can't be
Never
done.
say die.
Oh, look at her. She's actually convulsing.
It's that's my Elaine dance.
It's
Dun,
okay.
dun, 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 dun.
We
Earth, Wind, and Fire.
are we're out of time now. This could go on forever. But,
Irma Gerd.
Yeah. So have
You
a
know
look-
we're Googling right after we hang up.
Absolutely. So have
And
a
we
look-
are going to hang up. That's technically what it's called.
That's what it's called, a hang up. You hung me up. All right. She's Tori LaGarde. I'm Ron Van Dam. And
All right. Reluctantly.
she'll be here next
peace.
Monday. I'll be back tomorrow. Until then, we wish you peace. Happy Labor Day.
What is it called, Ron?